How's it going, church family? Hey, I'm recording this video right now because I want to give you a few updates as it pertains to the church, and then I want to leave you with a brief devotional. The first thing that's going to be coming up here in February is, of course, our new service times. We changed to a 9 o'clock and an 11 o'clock service format because we felt it'd be more profitable to balance out our attendance and more profitable for visitors. But then also, we really value our breakfast ministry. We feel like it's something that's different that we're doing that not many other churches are doing at all. And what we're doing is we are allowing the breakfast to compete with nothing else in the morning. The breakfast is going to be running from 9:45 to 10:45 every morning. And we do realize that that's a bit of a late start time for breakfast. But due to the DNA of our church, we really value both services coming together, families coming together, kids all there together with their families and playing with other kids. It's a time in our church structure for entire families to be together. So what I'm asking for you or from you as your senior pastor, it's just to be intentional. Maybe that means that you have to eat a lighter breakfast in the morning to then eat another breakfast, a larger breakfast as you come here to the church. Maybe that means you have to more intentionally stay after first service and then go to the breakfast. But we are looking for fellowship to be created together. So we're prioritizing this time. We believe it's important to the DNA of our church. So just want to encourage you to plug in and get involved there. Secondarily, we're adding something called a connections class here at church. Pastor Kyle is going to mention this coming weekend. But the connections class is really a preparation class for those who want to attend the new members class. You do not have to attend the connections class in order to attend the new members class, but the connections class is going to last for 3 weeks long. One of the weeks it will be led by me, where anybody and everybody new to the church has a chance to ask me any question that they want. So it'll be a Q&A time personally with me. The second week, we'll be sharing testimonies of the church and who are we and our DNA and our value system. And then the third week will be with Pastor Kyle, where he will be notifying individuals on how they can be serving here on campus. This connections class is going to be held during the first service on Sundays at 9 o'clock there in the basement, because again, we have Sunday school hour going on at that time. And then the new members class will still be after church, except it will always follow at the end of a connections class. So our first one we're going to be doing is this upcoming February. It'll be February 6th, 13th, and 20th during the first hour, and then February 27th after church. Again, will be our new members class. The last thing I want to just make note of is Saturday night, February 5th with Gary Howell. We're having a marriage conference here at the church, and it starts at 6 o'clock, goes to 8 o'clock. It's going to be a lecture, Q&A, and also somewhat of a workshop as we did at the last one. But just we see the need to invest in marriages right now and at this time in our church family. So it's just tough seasons for individuals, and we don't want to lose track of this topic. So make sure you attend the marriage conference. Another thing, be praying for the youth ministry. They start up this Sunday here in the sanctuary, so be praying for them. Other than that, I just wanted to leave you a brief devotional. If you would, turn in your Bible to the book of Job, chapter 1. You know the story of Job, where Job is a blameless man. He's upright. He fears God. He turns away from evil. He even perpetually offers sacrifices on behalf of his own children because he's fearful that they will deny the Lord. Satan comes before the Lord, and the Lord instigates a challenge. The Lord is actually the one asking Satan, "Have you, Satan, considered my servant Job?" Satan says, "Okay, I'll take you up on that opportunity." And then one thing after another, Job loses his family, his servants, his wealth. Everything just completely gets wrecked. And for the sake of time, we're just skimming through this. But if you look at Job chapter 1, starting in verse 20, look at how Job responds to the situations that he's facing in life. Job 1, verse 20, "Then Job arose and tore his robe and shaved his head." So number one, he grieved. He acknowledged everything he was facing. Then it also says, "And he fell to the ground and worshipped." It's not too often where we fall to the ground in worship, but Job had the proper response. He didn't just pretend like the problems weren't there, but he falls to the ground and he worships. He grieves and he worships at the same time. Those are the two things that he did. But there's also two things that he did not do. Look at verse 21. He said, "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I shall return there. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Verse 22, through all this, Job did not sin. That's the first thing he did not do, nor did he blame God. So he grieved and he worshiped, but he didn't sin and he didn't blame God. What is it that Job acknowledges? He has a healthy acknowledgement that God is the one who gives and God is the one who takes away. And by the way, he uses the term Lord, capital L-O-R-D. He uses the name Lord 3 times, which means he is speaking to God, acknowledging that he's the promise-keeping God who is faithful to him in the most loving and promising way. Job understands who his God is, even in the midst of his trial and his difficulty. So that's the devotion for today. I pray that you would grieve where you need to grieve, that you would worship God at all times. Number 2, that you wouldn't blame him or sin against God because of circumstances, but you would remember that he's the one who keeps his promises and he loves you completely. All right, church family, that's your updates and that's your devotional. God bless. Take care.